name's Leo. Is Mike Hetzler here by any chance? Okay, I didn't think so. All right, so I'm next. My name's Leo. I got three pieces tonight. The first one is entitled Rain. It's actually a fragment from a collection by the same title that I read first Madhouse, which was September 29th of last year. And then we'll move on from there. So this one's entitled Rain. The smoldering fragments of my mother's American dream mingle dust with dust and ashes with ashes, just to ruin in the rain. Turn into clay inside my lungs, torture for one free breath. This space belongs to me now. A drink, a smoke, fucking a prayer. Soften the vestiges of long nights in the downriver shithole we call home, where the second-hand justice of mass-produced fathers and sons rip the scapula from our shoulders, leaving scratches inflamed in red and white. I own it, but I abandoned it long ago. My own private living room trauma scene of mommy, daddy, doggy, me, segue into cops and courts and the whole socio-political miscarriage. And the night the big bay window onto the future of our father's world turned to disillusioned shards of memory. When my boy James, gone mad with his old man, gone mad with foot-stomping Pentecostal dances on Sunday morning, and inebriated William Tell games with live ammo on Sunday afternoons, left his skull bones and the bones of his cross and the particles of his self and his God in brain matter, gray matter, like a human puree in the pale glow of a lifeless street light and the busted marquee of River Jordan Pentecostal Church, whose calling it is to bring redemption to junkies and the homeless on a sidewalk still waiting for his pipe to be filled with cheap dope. Laying in a pool of bloody ooze so thick, the cops photographed the body without checking for a pulse, and then he moved. Moaned, reached for a needle at the end of the night, spit out his teeth in smoldering obscenities, and recalled his invincibility. Because out here we are homeless immortal, hopeless eternal. Out here we are hopeless eternal. Out here, defeated in advance is still a dance of pure defiance. And that leather-jacketed boy picked up the particles of his self, his oozing, vegetated God, and from the raggedy street light and the glare of cop light, spotlight, street light, church light, and stuffed them back inside the broken bones of his pounding skull and rode his lowrider custom into the morning of his ninth life. We make our dwelling in ruins, filmy with the residue of mommy, daddy, doggy, me, gone, all gone awry, and the PTSD that goes with it, and it chases me back for another drink and smoke and prayer, and we lay our bodies weary with another morning's hope on mats of stone, bathed in this whole church house, jailhouse, madhouse scene. To swim through the savage wakefulness in the night of long shadows and sit on the edge of the bed, learning to forget, learning to love the last hope of nothingness in the sweet comfort of rain and cigarette smoke. After the imposters of the offspring of the divine confiscate our children and our dreams and our brain cells for their experiments in righteous persecution, leaving behind a starving, skeletal, impossibly broken, organic component divorced from the mommy, the manufactured a priori meeting machine. Freeing me to become my brother's keeper and my brother's killer. Freeing me to become my father's keeper from the days when he remembered his orphanage, hitching rides across an orphan continent with the residue of wind and sun in his hair, dancing, smoke dancing up from the last ember of his last cigarette, smelling sweet in a soft summer rain, whose smoldering flax he quenched to deliver me from evil. before he turned with angry fangs and vices of a sanctioned breed, given government clearance for exhibition in the clean light of day to reproduce the savage rhetoric of his abandoning fathers within the mechanism of my resemblance, and freed me to become my father's killer. Mary, baby, in the end, we're just two strangers inhaling the same blind wind and giving it a name. I remember the cool light of evening on your face and veil and strangeness. You kept me in the folds of your veil when I was the orphaned boy of an orphaned boy. But you can't love what you can't control, and you can't suffer what you can't own. And I'm just a weary, lonesome dweller within the tents of whiskey, here for my afternoon wake-up call and to reinforce the molecules of my meager existence. My primal energy on its relentless collision course with the madness of torpor, swinging broomsticks and stones in an empty August field. I smell the ocean at the end of the night. At the edge of the continent, wind and moon mingled with sea, soaking into my bones. Silentness is close to godliness in this valley of the city of my birth. We am out here and right now with days and whispers and mysteries of broken mornings with thunder and rain, homeless immortal, hopeless eternal. And we are alone in hunger and war, with hope turned mad for the sweet blue gone of day. The only redemption I understand aspires beneath this raggedy hand-me-down clown suit. So Sister Mary Angelina, bring flowers and wine for the dance of defiance, and to toast the memory of creation and the burden of beautiful, dangerous emancipation. White flowers by the score, so that our weary, wandering, nomadic souls may be relieved from our footsteps and the sands of abandonment, the vacancies, flashing neon at the edge of lost country roads. White flowers in the still of night remind my heart of the dreams it shed in the wink of the dying emperor. Cold night, digesting my liver, the stranglehold of handcuffs and the pillow of coercion. Over my face in the wooden baton blow of cops and fathers, and the pounding, paralyzing migraine of clock-punching compounds echoing inside the empty avenues of my skull. Leave a piece of yourself in my brain to remember. With this rain falling all around, leave it on the bar, where bartenders with memories like elephants never forget a face when the fist is full of cash, and who remember without a memory like an elephant, whose face neither rain nor whiskey can wash. From the memory of my glass I am withdrawn against the madness and brain cells that I lost in the years of coercion and correction and therapy. I never gathered fathers and mothers to myself. The tyranny of their departure is a lesson to be learned in these fields of blood and scattered remains, where naked sunlight is a naked light bulb in a naked boarding room, and the voice of God beyond the green skies inside my head is not wholly other. Where moonrise over flatland and factory smoke and the whole trailer park of human inactivity is all the agony of the industrial age. White flowers by the score, scattered among the bones of my broken crucifix, remind my heart of the vision that it shed in the wink of an American dream. All right. One more. This one has been sitting around for about a year. And in it I'm sort of experimenting with other voices. It's a poem, it's entitled James Discourse, a poem for James. An old friend of mine from high school, and this is actually a true story that he's told me a number of times. And part of it is his voice and part of it is mine.